Good. So, well, I mean, I will make it very briefly because we all have been here for an entire week and it was quite intense. So you made it, and I say almost because maybe there's a couple of things that you can still finish, particularly your mapping products. So what do we want to do now? Well, of course, it's up to you and it's up to us. So there is not really anything mandatory here. But first of all, I wanted to thank you. Thank all the participants, and it's about 300 of you. We got up to more than 190 people at the same time. And you will see from this graph and from the next slide that actually that's challenging. We had synchronous participation for the hands-on for up to 120 people or so for Mars, and just close to 100 for the Mercury, for the Moon, and some 60, 70 for Mercury. So it's a lot of people. And really, we are very grateful for you to be here and also for facing synchronous and partially asynchronous schedule, which is also challenging. Here, you see that's some preliminary map that was geocoded by Luca earlier. So there is maybe some mistake of the geocoder, but this just gives an idea of the range of locations from the institutions that were mentioned in your registration form. So it's really impressive that you have been here for the entire week and with such challenging time zone spread. So, of course, thanks to everyone there. But also thanks to all the participants, the organizers, the speakers, and the supporters. Probably there is some more from the infrastructure in this list, but it's about something like a short of 50 people that have been working for months actually to make this happen. This is obviously for individuals, some of which already are here today, or they have been speaking today, but there are also institutional support aspects that we wanted to mention. And of course, the infrastructure, the European funded European planetary infrastructure has been key to this, and the society, more to that in a moment. You remember that Nigel was opening the entire school on that. And here you see all the institutions that collaborated and cooperated to make this happen. And I wanted also to stress that apart from the institutions that funded financially or with in-kind, with people, and with the trainers and organizational support, there is also an SME that has supported us, which is Media, which was handling up it was handling the website and the videos, which you will see soon in the webpage while editing on YouTube, and also the Observatory of Paris, which was very kind to support us with Indico. And Indico really made the difference between having a fruitful school and having a lot of stress. So. Thanks also to all the institutions involved. Now, what do we do? What you have been doing this week will be available. So all recordings, the presentation material, also the hands-on, so probably more than one per planetary body. They will be available on Indico, but they are being edited at the time as we talk. And this will end up on YouTube. We will see how to actually handle it, but you will have access to all of them in a fine-grained form. So you will be able to pick each and every talk. This will be definitely linked from the Europlanet Map website. For the certificate and for the, so to say, the completion of the course, there is as mandate only one map each. Of course, you can do more, but one uploaded map and a related geo package is enough. The deadline is the end of February. This should be done. Don't worry, you don't have to take notes from the slides. You will get an email, it will be on Discord, and I will get back to it in a moment on the Discord aspect. So the certificate will be probably different from that. That's a copy of last year, beautifully signed by Matteo and with the old logos. It will look something like that, but you will have it electronically after sometimes in March, so after the end of February. Now, what do we want to do? Of course, this was a school that some of you took for getting acquainted or informed on areas that you don't know necessarily, but some of you may want to start some mapping project, may want to start being involved more in planetary geologic mapping. So please feel free to stay in touch. There's not an obligation of you, of course, if you're doing something else and you just wanted to expand your planetary culture, but the Discord group will be there and it will be a way to keep in touch. We do have monthly calls that can be dedicated to scientific, technical, or just exchange of experience aspects. So some of the things that we touch on, like the layout, the collaborative mapping, whatever, the cross sections, they can be topic of one of the monthly calls. And of course, we have a mailing list that you can join if you like. You can check any of this link, and of course, we are on Discord, so you can give us a poke or a chat with us, and we can discuss it. Of course, just to make sure, Discord is not a technical support system, so of course it's not attended as good and as much as it's been attended in this week. But of course, in case we are there to help, so if at least we can try and direct you to sources of additional information. The maps that you are producing, including eventual derived products, of course, they can be made available and visible to the community. You have seen possibly that many of them, or many bits of the school have been published on social media, on Twitter, so you can see some of this material, but you're very welcome also to publish those and to make them available on the GMAP portal. And you can refer also to them on the talk of Matteo on the day first, on Monday. Now, if ever in the near future or in the far future your work is benefiting, it would be nice to have an acknowledgement, not really for us, but also for the funders of this. And that's something that it's easy, it's documented there. So if, I don't know, you're starting a PhD or starting a postdoc, or you're doing a mapping project within your professional work, and you're using any of the tools, the documentation, or the workflow of GMAP, please mention it. That actually doesn't cost much and is very much appreciated. One thing that is important, we do have a feedback form. You don't have to remember this link, you will get it via email. It would be really nice if you provide feedback, because not everything maybe needs to be implemented. For example, if you want to have a school of 3 weeks, it's not possible. If you want to have it 24 hours a day, it's not possible, but a lot of things could be implemented, and your view is very valuable. So the experience that you had, if something was too much, too little, if something was not working, please, even if it's very small, provide it. Both in a formal way, this link, and you will get it via email, and informally. Discord is there. There is still a channel for feedback, and all the channels will be there, so they're not going to be archived. So whenever it comes some feedback or some idea, even idea for new ways to make the school, please feel free and reach out to us. And then almost last but not least, both the infrastructure and the society underlying the infrastructure are there to promote planetary science in general, not only planetary geologic mapping in Europe and beyond. So please feel free to consider joining the society and the different activities that, at least in Europe, are in all countries, or in all the groups of countries. For example, Northern Europe, Germany, Southern Europe, depending on where you are, there is higher or lower regional hubs, so-called, introduced by Nigel. But please have a look at the society and please consider joining, and also presenting maybe your work at one of the next European Planetary Science Congresses. The next one is in Granada in September, and Europlanet events. And then the very last slide before I leave the stage to Matteo to close is that, no, it's not yet, is that actually, if you are new to planetary geoscience, and some of you are, there is some place that actually can be helpful to get acquainted, mostly on the technical and the data side, but not only, and it's open planetary. I was referring to it before. Please consider consulting the forum, and also please consider joining. It's also free. And I think within the society, or between the society and open planetary, there are a lot of resources that actually can get you started if you are not yet into the planetary science community. With that, I thank you again, and I leave the mic to Matteo. Thanks, everyone.
Okay, do you hear me, and do you see me?
Loud and clear.
Yes.
Okay, first of all, I would like to thank you, all of you that has been attended this school. It is the second one. As you have seen, we were many, even many more than the first edition, that it was still impressive in terms of participation were 100, but now we are 1/3 more. I also to thank you mainly the 3 people that make this school possible, which is Angelo, Riccardo, and Luca. All the other people that as a trainer, as a teacher, or having all the lectureships and seminars have made this this school really exciting and really unique in any case and in the world. As you see, it's the first worldwide virtual winter that has been developed since last year, and still is going on with much more participations. I cannot say more than that. It's really beautiful. It was even better than the last time, more focusing on geological mapping. So keep in contact with us, stay tuned on geological mapping. If you participated to our periodic meeting, that allows us to develop and improve the school even for the next edition, and maybe you can even suggest other kind of school that you would like to participate about geological mapping or closer kind of activity. So at the end, I would say I think you should be proud of what you have done in the last days. Just in one, you made a lot of different maps. You probably learned a different kind of tools, and I think that now you have all the tools for progressing with your own work on geological mapping activity. And that's it. Thank you very much to everybody, and to see you in the personally, if it is possible, in some conferences or future school in presence, or future school even virtually. In that case, we can see you again in virtual conditions. And so thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone. Ciao.
Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you all. We'll stay in touch.
Bye, everyone.